Good morning, everybody. It's mid-week of the 7th week of quarantine, and I think we're getting used to it. I guess you get used to anything. God, please be with our world and heal it and help it to come to you. So maybe we can finish James today. The wisdom that comes from heaven is pure, peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial, unbiased, doesn't show favoritism, and sincere. James 3:17, the wisdom that comes from heaven. We think of heaven as up in the sky, somewhere up there in space. There's the wisdom from above, pure, peaceable, gentle, willing to yield. I need to do that. I'm too angry. Stubborn, full of mercy, good fruits, without partiality, without hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is double-minded, two-faced, thinking one thing and then thinking another. And the wisdom from above, first of all, pure, peace, loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy, good fruit, impartial, sincere. Oh, my goodness. Got more pictures. I love James. Now the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. Now here are the fruits of righteousness, I should write that right here, is sown, seeds go down into the ground by those who make peace. So this is a peacemaker. I need to write peacemaker right here. Now the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. So I got more pictures. There's the fruit of righteousness, peace, sown in peace, and the peacemaker. And this looks almost exactly alike, a little different. Peacemaker, sowing in peace, righteousness. We need to do that. James 4:1. Where do wars and fights come from? Because of pleasure. Where do wars, battles, and fights come from? Because of pleasure. You adulterous people, don't you know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? James 4:4. You adulterous, somebody who goes away from their marriage. So I guess that means from our marriage with Christ or with God. We're going away from Him. You adulterous people, don't you know that your friendship with the world is enmity with God? Are you for God or against God? Friendship with the world, enmity with God. God is out here. Your best friend's here. Friendship with the world is hatred towards God. I'm friends with the world. Hatred to God. We love people, but not worldly ideas. Hatred to God. Hate God. You want to love God. Love God. Love your neighbor. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. James 4:7. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. No, sir. I'm running away. Sometimes I say, Jesus, 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 and that helps me get away from him. He doesn't like Jesus. Resist the devil and he shall flee from you. No. And he leaves. Power in the blood of the Lamb. Draw close to God and he will draw close to you. Draw close to God and he will draw close to you. Maybe I should have arrows. So it seems like we draw close to him first, but he's always there, I think. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. James 4:8. Help us to come near to God at this time. God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. So God resists the proud. It pushes us away from God. But he gives grace to the humble. Here's some grace for you. Thank you. Grace to the humble. Real similar picture. I don't know why I kept it, but God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. So help us to be humble. There is one lawgiver. James 4:12. God is the lawgiver. Who are you to judge another? That's a big controversy nowadays, especially with coronavirus. Are you judging me? Corona shaming is getting to me. So I need to talk about that, I think. Now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to so-and-so, stay there a year, buy and sell and make a profit. Well, you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? So if you make plans, what are you doing? You don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. What is your life? And we definitely have crazy things happening nowadays. Your life is a vapor, just a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. It's here for a bit and then goes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall do this and that. So be humble. Don't say, hey, I'm going to do this and that and make money. How do you know what's going to happen with your life? It changes. You don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. So we should say, if the Lord wills, we'll do this and that. And here's another cartoon or version. Now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow, we will go to this city or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. Now listen, those who say, today or tomorrow we will go to this city or that city, today or tomorrow we'll go to this city or that, tomorrow we'll go to that city, spend some money, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. So listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we're going to go to this place or that place, city, carry on business and make money. Why, you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. James 4:14. January 8th. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. April 29. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Mañana is a mystery. Tomorrow is a mystery. You do not even know what will happen tomorrow. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. James 4:17. I should do this good thing and I don't do it, that's a sin. If anyone then knows the good thing they ought to do and doesn't do it, it's a sin for them. So sin is in different forms. Some is obvious, some is only we know. Greed. How do you know we're greedy or gluttony? James, let's do a few more. James 5:1. Now listen, you rich people. Weep and wail because of the misery that is coming on you. James has a lot to say about rich people and poor. Now listen, you rich people. Weep and wail. Wails like an onomatopoeia, yelling. Weep and wail because of the misery that is coming on you. Your wealth has rotted, and moths have eaten your clothes. Your gold and silver are corroded, rotten. Their corrosion will testify against you and eat your flesh like fire. Oh boy. Miseries coming upon you. Weep and wail, your wealth is corrupt, and howl. And that's the rich people. Your wealth is corrupt. Weep and howl. Weep and wail. Howl like a wolf. Howl, howl. Or coyote. Moths have eaten your garments. Your gold and silver are corroded. They've gone bad. They're no good. So all your worldly goods are no good. And will eat your flesh like fire. Witness against you. Their corrosion, their rottenness, their awfulness will be a witness against you and will eat your flesh like fire. It'll turn against you. Okay, a lot of stuff about rich people. Uh-oh. James 5:4. You have hoarded your wealth in the last days. Look, the wages you failed to pay the workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. The cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord Almighty. You have hoarded your wealth in the last days. Like we say, you hoard toilet paper. You keep your money too much. You don't spend it. Look, the wages you failed to pay the workers. You should pay your workers money. Your reapers and mowers, the farmers, mow the lawn, reap the grain or the crops. The wages you failed to pay the workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. The cries of the harvesters, farmers, have reached the ears of the Almighty. So look, the wages you failed to pay the workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. The cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord Almighty. God is listening to the poor people. You have lived on earth in luxury and self-indulgence, and you have fattened yourself in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and murdered the innocent one who was not opposing you. You have lived on earth in luxury and self-indulgence, giving to yourself. Luxury is lavish, wonderful things. You have fattened yourself in the day of slaughter. You have fattened yourself in the day of slaughter, death, like slaughtering cows or chickens. When is the day of slaughter? You have condemned and murdered the innocent one who was not opposing you. You are condemned and you will perish. Condemn this person and they're the just person and you haven't opposed them. You've condemned, you're guilty, and murdered them. Terrible. You have lived on earth in luxury and self-indulgence. You have fattened yourself in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and murdered the innocent one who is not opposing you.